In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace the tow hook bolts on the front of this Ford F-150. Let's get started. Looking from underneath the tow hook, you'll see two 15mm bolts. It does have a welded nut up there, so you don't have to hold anything on the back side of it. So use a 15mm socket and remove it. I'm going to grab a ratchet because a power tool will not fit here from the back side. If you turn your steering wheel and get access to this, I mean, you don't even have to turn it. Actually, you can just go underneath the bumper. You can put a 15mm socket on this, loosen it up. As you can see, this is already moving, so that's perfect. And that's it. I'm not going to go any further than that because I don't need to. At this point, I can take this, slide it backwards, down and out. There's your tow hook. If your bolts are rusty, you can spray rust penetrant through this opening here, the opening of the frame. And the two welded nuts are actually on a bracket, actually welded to each other. As you can see right there, there's one that I'm moving through the bolt. So when you put this one back, you're gonna have to leave this loose so we can line them both up. Removing this one will be a little tricky because you have the whole bracket in there spinning. So what I'm gonna do is put this one back in, just a couple threads. There we go. This is going to prevent that bracket inside from wobbling around too much. It's still gonna move, but there we go. At least it'll stay somewhat in place. And I can remove both of them. Take this one out. And you can finish taking this one out as well. The reason I didn't use a power tool is because the power tool will shake the inside of this. As you can see, this is the bracket that I'm talking about with the two welded nuts, and it'll just rattle this around. It could potentially damage this. It's not going to get you very far, very fast, so that's why I chose to do it by hand and secure the front of it so it can stay steady with the other bolt. Now, of course, if you had some severe rust issues here, you'd also want to check the frame because most likely the frame is rotted as well. So before you do anything else, make sure that's good. And if it's just the bolts or the tow hook or the mounting nuts, get yourself some new ones and a new one of these if needed, or you can make one if you can't find one, but you want to make sure you replace them properly. To reinstall, let's reverse the procedure. Slide the bracket in here with the two mounting nuts. Try to line it up the best you can. You should be able to see it poke through down here. There we go, just like that. Slide in whichever one lines up first. These are locking nuts, so you don't necessarily have to apply thread locker to these. You can if you want to. If you do, I recommend blue, not red. And try to line this up the best you can. I'm going to leave this front one as it is right now, and I'm going to focus on bringing this rear one closer. Okay, I'm going to stop right about here so the tow hook has enough space to slide on there. I'm going to have to remove this one. Now grab your tow hook, slide it in, and just reverse the process that we did to uninstall. Once you line it up in there, pull it forward. There we go. Slide that forward, and it should allow the front to line up. Make sure you line it up with the bracket and the mounting nut in there. If it slides through all the way and bottoms out without threading into anything, most likely that bracket has spun to one side or the other, and it's allowing the bolt just to go straight through the hole. And now, with this lined up, I'm actually going to snug up the back side and tighten that up completely. This will hold the tow hook in place. All right, and now, because that's tight, we can use a power tool and tighten this one up. The torque for these is 85 foot-pounds. You want to make sure these are tightened properly because this is the recovery point for the vehicle, and you don't want this to fail if it needs to be recovered. That's one. All right, and that's two. And there you have it. Tow hook is installed.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.